today I'm going to read you this book, Secret Agent Jack Stalwart, The Mystery of the Mona Lisa, by Elizabeth Stainer Hunt. Chapter 1, The Vanishing Lady. The museum in Paris had been closed for several hours. The Bon Homme cleaning crew were busy at work. Over 100 cleaners were scurrying through the huge museum, mopping the floors and dusting the railings, taking care not to damage the precious painting that hung on the walls. One of the rooms in the museum is known as the Mona Lisa room because on a special fake wall in the middle hangs the most famous painting in the world. Mona Lisa is a painting of a woman clothed in a brown dress with a mysterious smile on her face. It was painted over 400 years ago by an artist named Leonardo da Vinci. It's so valuable that the museum had invested it with a bulletproof glass security box, which is fixed over the painting to protect it from anyone who wants to do it harm. On this night, Helene, one of Bon Homme's senior cleaners, made her way into the Mona Lisa room. As usual, she entered the room after her assistant, Jean Paul, and mopped the floor. She walked over to the glass box with the Mona Lisa inside and pulled out a special dusting cloth. She lifted the cloth, tried to wipe over it, but something was wrong. The front of the box was no longer there. Helen blinked twice and then let out a piercing scream that shook the entire room. "The Mona Lisa is gone!" she screamed. "The world's most famous painting has been stolen from the Louvre." Chapter 2, The Magic Map. In a different country, 9-year-old secret agent Jack Stalwart was sitting in his bedroom at his desk doing his homework. His first-grade art teacher, Mr. Yatis, had asked the students to draw a picture of their favorite comic book hero by the next day. Jack's choice, Super Smash, was one of the 4 superheroes who lived in Planet Green, battled the yikes of Tortua, the nastiest female villain ever seen. Jack loved reading about Super Smash's adventures, but thinking about doing just that too, when there was a knock from inside his right-hand desk drawer. "Drat," thought Jack. He knew what it meant. He looked at his watch phone. It was 7 p.m. Carefully opened the drawer and peeked inside. There, lying on his desk, was a new DVD. The GPF often snuck things like that into a Jack's room as a way to prepare him for upcoming missions. This DVD was entitled Da Vinci's Masterpiece, The Mona Lisa. He turned it over to the TV corner in his room and put it into the built-in DVD player. Almost instantly, a program of the history of the famous painting began. What Jack didn't know, the DVD told him, so that the time it was finished, he was fully informed. He looked at the watch phone as the credits rolled. 7:30 p.m. Just as he expected, a familiar whirring sound came from the other corner of his room. His trusty miniature globe, Wizzy, was starting to spin. Jack rushed over to Wizzy. By now, the globe was spinning so hard that smoke was coming out of his ears. "Come on, Wizzy," Jack cheered. "I know you can do it." "Ahem," coughed Wizzy. Then out of his mouth popped a jigsaw piece in the shape of an unknown country. Landed on the floor next to Jack's foot. Wizzy let out a big whoosh and he settled down again. "This one is quite large," commented Jack as he picked up the piece. "After seeing that DVD, I bet I know where I'm going tonight." Jack carried the piece over to the far side of his bedroom, to the large map of the world that was hanging on his wall. It looked just like an ordinary map, but in fact it was a magic map from the GPF, which transported him around the world to battle evil villains and bring them to justice. He lifted the piece and placed it over the map. He steered it toward the center of Europe, and instantly the jigsaw slotted in. Jack stepped back to take a look. The name France appeared, then quickly vanished. "France," said Jack. "I knew it had to be France. I can't wait to go." Jack tapped the C button on his watch phone. Suddenly the code of the day was displayed across its screen. He dashed over to the bed and knelt down next to it, pulling his book bag out of the underneath. He punched the code onto his lock. "Cheese!" and unzipped the bag. All of his secret agent gadgets were there before he left. Magic keymaker, check. Magic steps, check. Melting ink pen, check. Jack closed his bag and turned to Wizzy. I think I'm ready to go, he said. Jack raced into the wall just as a warm yellow light was beginning to glow, set the country of France. The beam continued to grow until Jack's room was filled with brightness. Off to France, Jack cried. With these words, the yellow light burst and swallowed Jack into the magic map. Bye-bye!